Hello, and welcome to another episode of Wheel of Horror, the podcast where two best friends spin a wheel once a week. It chooses the horror film and they discuss it. Today, we're talking 1998's Bride of Chucky, which was directed by Ronnie Yu. I'm your co host, Alec.
And I'm Eric.
Oh man, finally, finally, we got to Bride of Chucky.
Yeah.
5 years and we made it. We made it, Eric.
Almost 500 episodes and Bride of
Yeah.
Chucky arrives. It's nice.
Yeah. I've seen this movie a few times. I'm a huge Chucky fan. Eric you're working through the series. You've seen
Let,
the
let,
first
let,
four.
let's put it this way. You're a bigger Chucky fan than me. I like Chucky. I don't hate Chucky, but clearly you are a bigger fan than me.
You're a fan now. You used to not like Chucky.
I like Friends. Yeah, I love
You used to
Friends.
not like Chucky. Because I remember you're like, he's okay. He's a stupid doll or whatever.
I'm
And
a, I'm
then,
a, I like Leprechaun better than Chucky. We've talked about
fuck is
this.
wrong with you? That's
I know, I do.
insane. That's
I
an
do. We've
insane
talked. I
statement.
like Leprechaun movies better than Chucky. That's where we differ. That's our that's it. We're alike in a lot of ways, Alec. But you're a Chucky fan. I'm a Leprechaun fan.
I'd like to ask the audience, like, who's crazy in this situation? Dude, I mean, come on.
Well, I have. I mean, I met Warwick Davis.
Okay,
Nicest, and I've said
great.
this many times on the nicest celebrity went out of his way I've ever met, hands down. Nicest
Okay.
guy.
But that doesn't mean you have to like his movies more. You can like still
No.
objectively be like, I love Warwick Davis. He's an awesome dude, but I think the Child's Play films are just superior. All right, maybe I'm great. Granted, I've only seen three of the Leprechaun movies, so maybe I'll be changed as the
Well, we
straight to
have
video
well, we have
series.
four in space coming up with
Yeah,
our
Mike
good friend
Valenti.
Mike Valente,
Yeah,
and we you get ready for the Hood movies. Get
you're.
ready. You're going to love them, Alec.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard they're actually not too bad, so I am
In the
kind of
Hood
excited for
and
those.
Back to the Hood is iconic.
But here's the thing. The Leprechaun movies are bad and they're trying to be good. I feel like the Chucky movies are good and they were like it goes through waves. Chucky goes through waves. The first one's incredible, the second one's very good. Third one's a little okay. I love this one.
I like this
See,
one a lot. This might be one of my favorites besides one.
yeah, yeah. And then
Two's
Seed,
phenomenal too, and we
yeah.
can go into some deep shit again about two and how I think Terminator 2 stole from that movie. We've talked about that, but
Yeah, yeah. Well, this movie definitely stole from Bride of Frankenstein, like hardcore.
oh no, this was a tribute, an
Yeah, yeah.
homage to Bride of
Yeah.
Frankenstein. They have clear video of Bride of Frankenstein throughout the
Yeah,
movie.
they're not trying to hide it at all. It's
No,
it's
no, not
Bride
at
of
all.
Chucky.
No, it's
Yeah.
Bride of Frankenstein, but in Chucky form.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess the producer, David Kirshner, I think he was at the video store and he saw Bride of Frankenstein and he was one of the producers on the previous Child's Play movies. And he's like, why couldn't we give a bride to
It's
Chucky?
it's it's a cool concept,
Yeah.
dude. It's a cool concept to think like imagine a doll having a bride. Like he is also manufactured like Frankenstein in some
Yeah.
ways.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a really cool concept, and this movie is nuts. It's a lot and it's fun.
This series and maybe Halloween are the only
Sorry.
two that there's such a clear divide of this came out before Scream, this came out after Scream. It's like
Yeah,
Chucky 1, 2,
yeah.
and 3 are pre-Scream. This is after Scream, and it's such a tonal shift. And it's the same thing with Halloween. You've got like Curse of Michael Myers in 95 and then H2O, and it's like,
Yep,
oh, okay, that's
yep.
like pre and post Scream. So I think Child's Play series and Halloween are the most like
Well,
definitive.
you got to look at the demographic. Who is going to see these movies? Are there old people in the theater?
No.
No, it's young kids sneaking into the theater, and it's a lot. You have to have the crude jokes, you have to have the stoner comedy, you have to have the boobs, you have to have like it's the 90s formula to
It's the late
just
90s. It's the
yes.
post-Scream 90s formula because you watch slasher movies from 90 to 95, they're kind of not that great and they're kind of more like late 80s slasher movies.
Totally.
After Scream, everything changed. Yeah, it was just like the way
Yeah.
the music, the way it was shot, the posters, everything changed after Scream. And this movie I feel like is just like we are totally embracing that because like even in the beginning when they go to the depository or whatever, it's got Michael Myers' mask, it's got Jason's mask, it's got
Yeah.
Freddy's glove, it's got the chainsaw, and it's all there. And you're like, okay, so this movie's very aware of it. And then there's even another meta line later in the movie when they're like, so what's your story, Chucky? And he's just like, it's a long story. If it was a movie, it would probably take 3 or 4 sequels to do it justice. Like it's
There's
very
so
self-aware.
it's trying to be meta a little bit. It's
Yeah.
trying to so Chucky has this movie. This is the movie where it said like the first three, and now we're doing a new era of Chucky. It's
Yeah.
the Bride of Chucky slash of Chucky era,
Yeah,
essentially.
Seed of Chucky, Bride of Chucky, and then we watched Curse of Chucky, which restarts things. It's like,
Hmm.
okay, we're going back to scary, but Bride and Seed are definitely the comedic ones. But again, I love this series for this reason. Don Mancini, he's the creator of Chucky. He's written every single one of them, so it's his baby. It's not like somebody else took this series and was like, let's do the Scream treatment. He was like, I'll do the Scream treatment to
Which
my own.
which is it speaks volumes. One, that he's still in control of the vision of Chucky, but
Yeah.
he had the idea for the Bride of Chucky, right? That's
Well,
cool.
it basically like I just think it's cool because he wrote the first he's written all of them, but he wrote the first three, which are pretty, straight by the numbers kind of slasher
Mm.
movies. But then they're like, okay, we want to do like a late 90s new re-envisioning of Chucky. So they're like, let's do a Bride of Chucky. And then, but they're like, but it's still your baby to do what you want with, sort of thing. So he really brought his vision into the 90s and took it in a comedic tone. And I think it kind of saved the series. Because if Chucky 4, if this was like just Child's Play 4 and it
Like an
was just
80s
like,
film.
what's that?
Wouldn't if it was like an 80s, if it was two or three formula, wouldn't work.
No, I think they needed to pivot, and I think they did it in the right way by making it comedic and
Mm.
giving it that like screamy kind of vibe. The other thing that's really interesting, I don't know if you noticed this, the Scream 2 poster and this poster, this is a spoof on the Scream 2 poster, which came out the year before. It's just like their
Yes, I know.
faces.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
the
so
faces.
so many nods basically.
So what they were trying to do is say like if you like Chucky, if you like Scream, you're gonna like this one.
Yeah,
And that was their kind of marketing. Can I go over the stats real quick?
yeah. I don't know what they
Th-
are. I'm curious.
This came out October 16th, 1998. Great time to come out, Halloween season.
Yeah.
Its runtime is an hour 29 minutes. Its budget was 25 million. I thought it was more. I'm
Oh,
surprised it was that little.
really?
And the box office was 51 million. So it made more than half minus marketing. So it made money. Rotten Critics score was 47, Rotten Audience 50% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Whoa, that's a lot. I
It's
mean,
low. It's low. It's low, but it's okay. The
yeah, it's
movie's
not a
okay.
masterpiece. But I thought this would have been the 60s for sure. I don't know. I especially love the beginning. The beginning and the end I think are great. I think the middle kind of dips a little bit. Um, but dude, like yeah, it's so this movie it didn't make as much money as they probably thought, and also it took another 7 years for a sequel to come out because Seed of Chucky came out in 2005. So they're like, all
Holy
right,
shit! I didn't even think of that.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're like, we tried, didn't do that great. But we'll jump into the movie a little bit here. But I mean, straight off the bat, Jennifer Tilly, Tiffany,
yeah.
like star of the show. And so, like, think about this. Chucky, it's Chucky. Chucky is Child's Play. It's his franchise. Everybody knows Chucky. This is like Tiffany's movie, basically. And it's like in the fourth one, we're just gonna introduce a new character, and nobody got mad about it. Everybody's like, all right, like, fuck it. Chucky's kind of like the side character in this one, a little bit. He's still, he's still huge, but I feel like Tiffany was kind of took over the mantle in this
Sure.
movie. And I can't think of a lot of movies that could pull that off.
I agree with that, and I like Jennifer Tilly as the casting. She reminds me of like just a smoker. Like her voice is iconic. She's been in a lot of voice acting roles. I personally like have a thing against her just for the liar liar scene. Like I just don't like her for that.
She's
But
an
like no,
actress.
that's not her. But
Yeah.
she's great. She's good. She's fun. She's bubbly. Her voice is so unique. It's like
Yeah.
it reminds me of that other character in Adam Sandler movies. I forgot her name. Uh can't think of it from Big Daddy, from a few movies. She has that like voice as well where it's like
Yeah.
squeaky but like also but
Yeah.
Jennifer Tilly has like a smoker voice as well.
Yeah. You're talking about Judd Apatow's wife. Yeah, the
No, not
blonde.
her, not her, not her. There's another
Oh,
one. There's
oh,
another
from
one.
Chasing Amy,
Yeah, yeah,
Joey
exactly. And
Adams, I
Days
think.
and Confused.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think her
yeah.
name is Joey Adams. I'm pretty sure. She dated Kevin Smith for a while, but yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I think Jennifer. Yeah, yeah. You know who Jennifer Tilly's sister is? She was.
Something Tilly.
Yeah, well, yeah, but she was the lead in Psycho 2. She's the female lead in Psycho 2. Is Meg Tilly. So the
Meg Tilly.
Tilly family has got like a
Is
little.
she the older or younger sister?
I think Meg is older. Meg is
Meg
the
is
older.
older. I
Yeah.
know Jennifer Tilly's about
No,
67,
no, no.
right?
Jennifer Tilly's older. I'm sorry. Jennifer Tilly's older. Meg's a little bit younger. Jennifer Tilly's the
And
oldest
I
one.
looked it up while watching this that she was 40,
Yeah.
40 while filming this, which is like that's a good looking 40 right there.
She's like Jessica Rabbit or
I
something.
don't
She
know. I
just
don't know. It's
she has
like
like a just very curvy, like she's playing up her, her boobs and her makeup's really like overdone and everything like that. But it's like she just carries herself in a very sexy way. And I think, yeah, her voice is just very unique. Yeah, she's great. I love her. I think she was
but
unreal.
as someone if I watched this when I was like 10 or 11, which this is my first time watching it, honestly. If I watched this, I'd be like, she's 28 in this movie. That's what I would think, you know?
Yeah, I mean, she looks good. No, she looks great. But yeah, so the movie starts. We talked a little bit about the book depository. So there's a guy, a cop, and he's on the phone with somebody. It's Jennifer Tilly, but he's like, "Where I'm going to pick it up right now," and he's like, "I'll be there soon." His name is Bailey,
It's
and
like
he's
a
got
prop house or something,
it's a
right?
depository. So I don't
Like a
know.
crime
Yeah,
thing.
I think it's where they keep crime scene stuff, I think. Because I know like book depositories, but I didn't know they anyways. So they go there and that's where they see the Michael Myers mask, their Jason mask, all this stuff locked up, and then they go and get a bag or whatever. We don't know what it is. And he drives it back to Jennifer Tilly, and then Jennifer Tilly kills him, right?
Off the bat, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So she just kills him, takes the doll away from him. Because I think we're expecting Chucky to kill him. But really quick, the way that
Chucky's not
Child's
back yet.
Exactly. The way the Child's Play 3 ends is he gets thrown into that fan.
And just like
And he just and his face just gets like torn apart or whatever. So Jennifer Tilly is rebuilding Chucky. So she gets his
sewing him up
yeah.
and
So
yeah.
it is like Frankenstein or like Sally from, Nightmare Before Christmas. Like he's just like being sewed together and stapled. Like I never even noticed that his hair is just like stapled on, like pieces
Yeah.
of it and stuff. So he looks horrible. His eye was freaking me out. It's like you could see like the red above and below, and I was like, oh God. So he looks terrible, but it's probably his most like recognizable iconic look is this
There's
version.
the OG look of good boys, right?
Good guys.
Good guys, and then there's this like scarred face version.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I know, actually, I won't spoil it, but what I'm talking about in Child's Play 6 in the Curse of Chucky, he looks like the regular one, and then they peel him. All right, anyway,
Oh yeah, no, I know. I have
and
seen
I'm
that.
like, that's
Yes,
so
yes.
sick. But yeah, this is the first movie that gets away from the Andy Barclay story. So that's another thing too. Like we have to kind of get on board with this. This is like a different lead protagonist because all the other movies has been Andy versus Chucky, and now it's Chucky.
It's little kids versus Chucky, mostly.
Kinda, yeah. The third one, he's like
Like
16.
people not believing the little kid. Like, no, it's the doll. It's like instead it's this woman who's like, no, this doll exists.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's so different than the
yeah.
first three. So they're like, hey, it's like we're taking a hard left turn here, and I think it was necessary. So Jennifer Tilly's got Chucky's body, she's reconstructing it, and then we meet our leads, Katherine Heigl, and some other guy I don't even know, some guy I've never heard of, but Katherine Heigl's in it, and you're like, all right, whatever. They're fine. I don't know. They're kind of annoying, but
Did they want to be in this movie? I don't feel like it. Like, you know what I
probably
mean?
they
You know when
probably
like
did.
people don't want to be in movies? I'm like, what? Like, I don't know. I could tell
Well,
that they were like, yeah, my agent got me this role and I gotta do it now.
I mean, she was 18, so I'm thinking like she'd probably take anything, but like, yeah, maybe like, I mean, John Ritter did a pretty good job and he was older. So I'm like, the only thing I can ever think of is like Marlon Brando and like the Isle
Well,
of Dr. Moreau. Like, he didn't want to be there.
John Ritter's done other horror. He was in It. He was in a
Yeah.
few other things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, John Ritter was a good get for this film, and he wasn't in it a lot. But Katherine Heigl and the other guy, I was like, I don't know. They kind of ruined the movie in some ways for me. I felt like that way. I don't know.
they're just annoying and boring, and there's no point to them. But we'll get to them like why they're even in this, I guess. But basically, yeah. So the movie starts off, or this part starts off with Katherine Heigl's going to prom. I think she's going to prom,
Something.
and she's living with John Ritter, and that's her uncle, and he's a
Or
police.
a dance at least.
Yeah, some high school dance or something. And the John Ritter's her uncle. I think her parents are dead, and she's living with her uncle now, and they have a very contentious relationship. And so John Ritter's like, all right, where's your date or whatever. So then this guy comes in and he's like super nice and like I didn't really question it, but he's like, I'm a theater major and I'm a figure skater. And John Ritter's kind of like, who go
He
okay.
thinks he's gay.
I guess so, yeah. But that was okay. Here's one thing I did not understand, and I had to look it up, and I still don't understand it. When he's like, "Oh, pour a little aspirin into your coronation water to last a week," and then he looks at John Ritter and he's like, "Or so I've been told." And I was like, What does that mean?"
I don't know. What does that mean, Alec?
I don't know. I looked it up, and I was like, "Aspirin in coronation flower," and like nothing was coming up. And I was like, "What does this
You asked
mean?"
AI and they still didn't give you an answer? I
I
have
just
no
asked
idea.
Google, but yeah, the only thing I can think of is maybe like he doesn't want to make it seem like he's dated a lot of girls and done this stuff before. But I was like, it was so
Maybe
weird. I did not understand that at all.
that's I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, whatever.
I don't have the street smart for that. So
Yeah. So
chime in on
then
the comments if anyone can help us out on that one.
yeah,
Yeah.
seriously, I don't get that scene in the beginning of Bride of Chucky. Look it up. But yeah, so then they go out on the date, but we find out that this guy is actually gay and he's not the date. And then the bad boy comes out,
Yeah.
he was not even a bad boy. He was like a nice guy. He was just like a trailer park kid or whatever. But he's supposed to be like the bad boy, but
He's always like working on cars just like with a hammer. Like
yeah, he's
it's
just like a good-looking guy in shape, but he's like the guy that like no girl wants. Their parents don't want him with her, and I was just like, what's wrong with this guy? Like he's fine, he's poor. Like that's really his only.
and it
It's
makes you
only
feel bad for the figure skater guy.
yeah.
Like why is he the catfish kind of guy for the dad? I don't know.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, but yeah. So then we find out Katherine Heigl's actually dating this quote unquote bad boy, and then immediately the police officer like knows, and he call the uncle John Ritter, and then calls another police officer to pull them over, and they're like, "I bet you've been drinking and smoking and all this stuff," and they're like, "No, we haven't." John Ritter comes
Mm.
over. And he's like, who is this guy? Like, you're never gonna be with her again, like sort of thing. It was a little cringy, but I'm just like, all right, can we get to Chucky? Like, can we please get to Chucky?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this part of the film I felt the same way.
Yeah, so John Ritter is like, you're grounded or whatever, blah blah blah. And then finally we get back to Jennifer Tilly and Chucky and reconstructing him or whatever, and she does the spell, and we find out that Jennifer Tilly was dating Chucky 10 years earlier because the first one came out in 88 and this one is
When
98.
Brad Dourif was alive
Yeah, yeah,
as a person,
yeah.
we find
So
that. Yeah.
Brad Dourif and Jennifer Tilly were dating, and they were like, I don't know, not serial killers, but like criminals, I guess, together.
Like a
And
little Bonnie and Clyde kind of action.
sort of, yeah, yeah. So they're definitely criminals that don't mind killing. And then so then Jennifer Tilly tries to bring Chucky back because she knows he's a killer doll because the lore has like spread basically in the last 10 years that there's this killer doll like Charles Lee Ray or whatever. So she tries to bring him back, it doesn't work, so she thinks. And then her like boyfriend comes over, which is Alexis Arquette. And you know who that is?
David Arquette's brother.
Yeah, yes. And what's her name? Patricia Arquette. So the whole Arquette family is getting into horror in the late 90s. So yeah, Alexis Arquette and David Arquette are just doing Scream and Chucky, and you're like, all right, this is fun. But yeah, that character's crazy with like the lip ring, and he's
Yeah.
got like a cross, like a Jesus cross on his like, lip that like goes into like another. I was like, oh God. And he's like, I'm your boyfriend. Like, when are we gonna fuck and all this stuff? And Jennifer Tilly is just so like trying to get Chucky back. She doesn't even care about this guy. Um, and yeah, it's like a kind of quick scene or whatever, a little like macabre. He's like showing pictures of a guy. He's like, look, I cut this guy's face up, and it's just him or whatever. Like he
But no,
pretended.
doesn't she find out he's full of shit though?
Yeah, yeah. He
Yeah.
pretended that he's like, I killed this guy and shows a picture and it's like got his face like all sliced up or whatever. And she's like, that's fucking you or whatever, and like throws it
Yeah,
back at him.
yeah.
And he's like, I'm trying, because he's trying to be like a badass guy because she really is. Um,
She's
and
like, I
then
miss Chucky. That's pretty
yeah,
much it.
and then throughout the course of this little weird foreplay in this trailer, Chucky comes back. And finally, I'm like, here we go. The movie's starting now.
Yeah,
Chucky's
it felt
back.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah, and yeah, the scene where he kills Alexis Arquette, I was like, that was pretty good. Like
yeah.
he rips the lip ring and it just starts like gushing blood, and I was like, ooh, like that is something I would die if my lip cut in half like
Well,
that. And it's just
that's like why you don't get piercings like that
yeah,
because don't
yeah.
you feel like you get caught in
On a
something?
lot of things, dude. I get
Like
caught
on
all the
anything,
time.
like if you wipe your mouth or just like
Yeah.
it's like oh fuck, like the hurt, you know?
And Chucky just rips it, so it's just like
Yeah.
his lip like splits in half and is
Why
gushing
would you
blood.
put yourself in that situation with piercings? I don't know.
I don't know, man. Yeah, so Chucky does that, but then he takes it to the next level and he takes a pillow and stuffs it on his face and sits on him. And the reason he's able to do this is because Jennifer Tilly was like, tied him up, like bondaged him up,
Hmm.
like so he couldn't escape, basically. So, and then Chucky's just sitting on the guy as he's freaking out
Suffocating him.
and talking to Jennifer Tilly, like, "How you doing, babe? Like, missed you." And she's like, "Hi, missed you too," like sort of thing. And they're just having this like little like flirtatious
While his
moment.
legs are like flapping and
Yeah, and
stuff.
I was
Yeah.
like, this is pretty good. So yeah, so Jennifer Tilly and Chucky, they kind of hit it off a little bit again, and she's just like, they mention a ring that Jennifer Tilly had, and Chucky was like, "You could sell that for $5,000." She's like, "I thought you were gonna propose to me with it," and he's like, "What the fuck are you
Yeah, no,
talking
literally,
about?"
that's what he said. It wasn't
He's
even
like,
like exaggeration. Like he was like very vulgar about it.
he's like,
He's
"I
like,
would
I'm not getting
never."
married.
Yeah, and
And she
she's
just shoves him in like a crate or something, like a
it's like a
dog.
crib or
It was
something.
like a dog crate, but it had like the crib toys on it. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I want to know what that's for before Chucky. Like, what the hell is that? I mean, I guess she
Yeah.
is kind of into kinky sex, so maybe like a sex cage or something, but I don't know. So, I mean, probably because it has a lock and a latch on the top. So, like, what the hell else is that from before? But
Yeah,
anyway,
but it had like the kid toys on it. I don't even know.
yeah, it's weird.
We'll move past that.
So Chucky's locked in there, and Jennifer Tilly's pissed off at Chucky because she's like, "I thought we were gonna get married. Like, I know you died, but you're back, and you still don't want to do this." And Chucky's like, "I don't care."
Hmm.
So Chucky's locked in there. He's all pissed off. Jennifer Tilly goes out and buys a doll, another life size, basically the female version of Chucky, and she's like, "Here you go." Like, and it's dressed up like a bride, and it's like, "You can marry this Chucky," and like is like fucking with him.
Yeah.
So puts it in there. And then while all this is happening, Katherine Heigl and her stupid boyfriend lives next door to Jennifer Tilly, so in the same trailer park. So that's how the connection kind of happens. But Katherine Heigl's like, I hate my life, I hate my uncle, like I want to get out of here. And the stupid boyfriend is like, I got money, like I'll get us out of here. We'll move to like New York City or whatever, and we'll get married and stuff. And
Yeah.
she's like, okay, like let's get out of here. So Jennifer Tilly has Alexis Arquette's body in a big like duffel,
Trunk, a
yeah,
trunk.
trunk, yeah. And she sees Joey, I think. I don't know what the hell is the boyfriend's name,
But
but
anyway, she's like coming on to him, like using him, and tells him to lift it up and put it in the trunk, right?
yeah, so she gets him to do that, and basically later on in the night, they want him to be like, all right, we'll pay you $500 to take these dolls down to
I think it
New
was a
Jersey.
thousand dollars.
Yeah, you're right. It was $1,000 to go to New Jersey. I just want to get Jesse and Jade. Jesse and Jade. Okay, there we go. So Jesse and Jade are, yeah. So they're like, okay, let's get out of here. Like, let's leave this town or whatever. So now Chucky and Tiffany are still fighting, and basically Chucky's like, all right, well, I'm gonna kill her then because I'm locked in here and she's not doing anything. So I'm gonna kill her and get out of here and keep going on with my rampage. So he does do it, but
Well,
oh
he
wait,
cuts out
no,
what she threw the bride, the doll
right.
in there, and there's like a ring or something with it, and he
Yep, yep.
cuts out of it with it, and then he decides like fuck everyone, and he wrote she's taking a bubble bath,
Yeah.
and he throws the TV into Jennifer Tilly's bubble bath and electrocutes her and kills her.
Yeah, it's like reverse Bride of Frankenstein. Like the electricity kills her and then she comes back. But he still does the curse though. He reads the like Amudalabada, like he does that. I think. And then that transfers her soul to the doll. But he didn't think it worked either. And he's like,
But because he was like, you know, I'm gonna screw her. I'm gonna make
yeah,
her as miserable as me.
right, right.
And
So
yeah,
he doesn't just want to kill her. He wants to do this to her. So he's like, damn, it didn't work or whatever. And then she does. She becomes a doll and she freaks out. And I love that scene where she's like, she's like, look at
yeah.
me. Like, what did you do to me? She's looking at her fingers and stuff like that. So they're fighting. And then they're like, we got to come up with a plan to get out of here. They hear a news report because, oh, wait, no, this is a little later, I guess. Right? Because they find, no, no, what is it? Because they have to go to New Jersey. Oh, the amulet, the amulet. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
okay, so they retcon this because this is not in the original one. But basically, when Brad Dourif was shot by Chris Sarandon, he's supposed to have this amulet on his chest or whatever, and that's not in the movie, the first one.
Well, they're the ultimate part of this. The whole plot of this movie is like Tilly slash Chucky, the bride and Chucky are trying to become into human bodies again. There's this other couple that they're trying to bring them to Brad Dorff's body, who has the amulet, where that amulet can put them into their bodies,
Yeah, yeah, they're
right?
yeah, exactly. So they're like, oh, they're young and hot. It's a man and a woman. Let's just use this amulet to transfer our bodies to their bodies or whatever.
Yes.
But they need to go get the amulet, and they later in the movie hear that they're gonna exhume his corpse because they found his fingerprints, which I thought that was really interesting because they're like, Charles Lee Ray's fingerprints have been found at all of these crime scenes or whatever, and I'm
But
like,
it's Chucky.
it's the doll, so the doll's fingerprints are still Charles Lee Ray's fingerprints. I was like, I love
I
that
like
shit.
that. That's a cool
That's
twist. That's a
yeah.
cool
So
twist.
they're like, we're gonna exhume his body. So they're like, we need to get to Hackensack, New Jersey, like right now. So at
Pride of
this,
New Jersey. Pride of New Jersey. I
that's your
just
new
had to say
thing. That's your new
it.
Hackensack, New Jersey. Yeah, that's like North Jersey. Um, so okay, so also the movie takes place like really, really, really like Buffalo, like way up there in New York, like
Yes,
by the
yeah.
Canadian border.
Troy, Buffalo, all that. Yeah.
It's yeah, it's way up there. It's called Lockport, so I'm not sure
Yeah.
where that is, but it's way the hell up there. I was thinking like, oh, okay, they're upstate New York. Like, okay, that won't take too long. Like, no, this is gonna take you like 9 hours driving probably to get from upstate New York to North Jersey. Like, that's
At
a
least,
drive.
at
Yeah,
least.
that's a
Yeah.
freaking drive. So, anyway, so they're up there, and now they're like, all right, we got to get back to my body in Hackensack, New Jersey. Like, I love you, I guess. Like, let's do this. And then Katherine Heigl and or Jesse and Jade, they're like, let's get out of here. Let's do this. Let's leave my uncle in this town behind. Like, let's go. So then Jade, the boy, Jesse, or whichever one the boy is, he gets a call from Jennifer Tilly as the doll and is like, hey, we need you to take these dolls down to North Jersey to Hackensack. I'll pay you $1,000. I'll give you 500 up front now or whatever. So they're like, great, let's go. So they take the dolls, they go out of town,
Hmm.
and they start driving. And now John Ritter's on the case because he's like, "Where's my nephew, my niece?" And he's chasing after them or whatever. So, yeah, I'm trying to remember now the order of things, but basically, I remember John Ritter is in the van and Chucky shoots a bunch of nails at his face, or Tiffany shoots a bunch of nails at his face because Tiffany's calling Chucky out on being too 90s and like boring, or no, too 80s and boring with his kills with the knife and the hammer. She's like, "You got to be more creative and stuff like that." So she like shoots the nail gun at his face and he looks like Pinhead. And
Yeah, it
that's
was a Hellraiser nod for sure.
yeah. And Chucky's like, why does that guy look so familiar? Sort of
Yeah.
thing. And I was like, I like this. I like this. So Tiffany's killing people. But even so, I was like, would that kill somebody? I don't know if that would kill somebody.
Well,
Like
he's
the
still
nails.
alive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's what I was kind of sitting there. I was like, I don't think they'll kill somebody. So they shoot a bunch of nails into his face. They lock him in a trunk in the back so that Jade and Jesse don't see this. And then Jade and Jesse are like, all right, let's go get married. So they go to like a 24-hour all,
Like a Vegas style chapel, right?
yeah. But they're like, I looked it up. They're like, we'll go to Niagara Falls or whatever. That's the opposite direction of the way they're supposed to be
Oh
going. I
my God,
looked it
it's even
up.
further.
So I'm
So
like,
now
where are
it's like
you
a
going?
10.5 hour drive to
Yes. So they
Hackensack.
go out of their way to get married and then they're going to New Jersey. So it's like, okay. And they go to this Chapel of Love thing. And this stuff, it was like, it was boring, but I love the kill. The kill was really good. So they're just in this chapel room and or the bedroom or whatever, and it's all cheesy, fucking, like heart-shaped beds and
It's like The
mirrors.
Sims where you like put a
Yeah,
quarter in the bed and it shakes
yeah,
those
yeah.
things in the
It really
water
is.
beds and
It's like a place you bring like a prostitute to. Like it's not like a nice place,
yeah.
and
It's where dreams go to die, people.
it's nasty. So they're in there, and then these other two people come in, and they're like, oh, like, and they're robbers or whatever, but they're pretending they're on their honeymoon. They steal the money, which also never comes up again. These robbers stole the money from Jesse and Jade, and they only had that money, so they stole all their money.
Right. They
They
stole
never mention it.
the wallet,
Yeah,
right?
they
Well, did
never mention that.
Chucky and the bride get it back?
I don't think so. Why would they? Why would they be like, oh, we should help these guys? I don't know. Maybe they did, but I don't think
Maybe
so.
they took it back, but yeah, they took the wallet and everything.
Yeah. So I don't know. This
That,
scene was,
it's a weird scene, but the kill, like you mentioned, was great. Where like the someone throws something at the ceiling and all these glass shards come down on the waterbed.
yeah, yeah. So the robbers are like having sex on their waterbed. Tiffany takes a champagne bottle, whips it at the ceiling, which has like one of those sex mirrors so you can like look at yourself. Shatters, drops on the waterbed. And again, I don't know if this would kill people. Maybe it would, but it like fucking erupts and it's like
It's
red
blood.
blood.
It's
Yeah.
blood.
It looks like deep blue sea, like they're like eating and like the red water's like pouring out.
Closest we've been to Friday the 13th with Johnny Depp scene. Closest we've
Or
been.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, I'm sorry, what was I? Friday? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it is a cool one. I don't know if it would kill them necessarily, but whatever. It's gonna do a lot of damage, and this, I guess they do die. So yeah, now Jesse and Jade are like, all right, we're on the run or whatever now, and they get the dolls. But before that, I think this happens in the hotel scene. Dude, Team America's got to take a nod from this movie because dude, that's
I felt the same way with
yeah,
the sex scene with the whole like, do you have a rubber? And he's like, bit, I'm made of rubber. Like,
yeah, yeah. So it's like a doll sex scene. And apparently those lines were improvised by Jennifer Tilly and Brad Dourif.
Brad.
They were in like a recording booth together and they would just kind of go back and forth like, and then we had to do like the sex doll
That's Brad.
noises.
That's Brad. Brad came up with that. Yeah, that's cool.
Well, no,
Yeah.
she said the don't do you have a rubber thing first? And then
But
he's like,
guarantee it's like I'm made of rubber.
oh, all of that was improvised.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
no lines. Yeah, so.
That's pretty cool.
I love that. But yeah, Team America, the first time when we saw that, I was like, this is crazy. And now I'm
This
kind of
Team
like,
America was nuts. Let's not
yeah.
go there.
But yeah, so Chucky, this is a nice fun doll sex scene. So you get that. And then moving on to kind of the climax, I guess. John Ritter is still alive. He comes back and then Tiffany,
Chucky just like stabs him
yeah,
up.
stabs him in the
Like when he,
back. Yeah, a bunch. And there's one other scene where there's like a big oh, is at a bar, right? Where they go to like the bar parking lot and everyone's like smoking weed. They're like, rude fucking doll. Like that scene. Remember that part?
yeah,
What was going
yeah,
on
very
there?
forget. I don't remember
I
really.
think that's when the cops
Very forgettable.
came.
Well, didn't the cop like place weed into the other guy's car and then they stole an RV because they were about to be arrested? Wasn't
No,
there a
the reason they got the RV is because Chucky's like, we got to ditch these wheels. Every cop's looking for this van or whatever. So that's why they stole that the RV or whatever. But before that, there's like a big like parking lot party scene and I like cannot remember what the hell happens there. I remember like Needle knows that like whatever police officer shows up and I think he dies or something. Somebody dies at the scene. Like there's an
Yeah, there's a
explosion.
gas explosion.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Oh,
I
right. And
think
they blame each
he
other.
was trying to plant weed on the guy who just got married for John Ritter's character.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So then there's a big explosion. Katherine Heigl and Jesse blame each other. This is before the chapel. This is before the chapel. So,
Yeah,
and this is where they find the fingerprints from,
right, right.
yeah. So,
So going out of order a little bit, but
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So now at this point, they're on their way basically to Niagara Falls. Chucky and Tiffany come to life and they've basically taken over the situation. So they've revealed themselves to Katherine Heigl and Jesse. And Jesse figures out like, oh shit, that's Jennifer Tilly? Like that's Tiffany? Like what the hell? So he starts remembering things that she's told him, like about like, like I'm a good housewife and it wouldn't like, your husband should at least say thank you when you do things for them. Like, so he's remembering stuff like that.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
and they're in the van, they're driving. And then this scene I didn't love because Chucky was just like, we need to ditch these wheels and get a new car. And then immediately the next scene, they just have this RV. And I was like, what the hell?
I felt that way too.
I
I
wanted to
felt that
see
way
that
too.
scene.
Yeah.
Like, that would have
There's
been interesting to see.
nothing in there.
Yeah, there's just a couple that's just dead in the bathroom, and it's like, okay, we stole it from them, but how? So I want to see that. Uh, and I do love kind of the whole movie, the like home marriage relationship between Chucky and Tiffany. He's like, your meatballs are so good, hun, and he's just like, I hope you save room for dessert. It was just like,
Yeah, that was pretty good. All that stuff was fun.
yeah, your
Yeah.
meatballs, babe. Uh,
But like it also like just shows like the trailer trash of Chucky
yeah,
and her, and it's a nice like it's fun to watch the trailer trashness of it.
yeah. No, they're very good
And
characters.
Chucky's just miserable. He's like, I don't like you. I'm just married to you.
Yeah, he's very yeah,
Because
for
he
sure.
proposes to her, remember? They kill that other couple and they get
Yeah.
married. And they have the whole scene and they have that whole sex scene. And uh they're now married in that chapel chapel of love.
Yeah,
And yeah,
they're married. They're together now, and they don't know yet, but they're pregnant. We'll get to it.
we'll get
Uh,
to it at the end. Yeah.
yeah. So Chucky and Tiffany are like, fuck it, we're in charge. And that, but Jade is, or whatever, Jesse or Jade, one of them is like, I know something that can set them off, and they want to get a fight started or whatever. So after Chucky gets his meatballs and his dessert, you hear Jesse be like, wow, I was like, yeah, she's a pretty good cook, but like, looks like she doesn't clean up too well. And then Chucky's like, chop, chop, like those dishes aren't gonna clean themselves. And
Yeah.
then Tiffany's just like, "Ah," and she freaks out and she starts throwing dishes at us like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, and
It's like an old Italian family now.
like,
Like
I don't know. Yeah, no, they're not. But and doesn't that cause the thing to crash, right? Why am I like not remembering what the hell
I
happens?
think Katherine Heigl's character kicks
Oh yeah, yeah.
Tiffany into the oven,
Yes, yes.
which causes uh Chucky to freak out, and then the other guy's driving and he spins off. And that was a good crash scene, honestly.
Yeah, so they tip over, they go off of the highway.
Yeah.
Tiffany's in the oven being like burnt alive. And then, yeah, they have like everybody survives basically. And I think they land like perfectly next to the graveyard. They're like at Hackensack
They're at the
Graveyard.
graveyard.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, oh, nice. Like, great, we made
This
it.
worked out. We're like another 100 yards away, essentially.
Yeah. So like, perfect. So they all go to the graveyard. Oh,
Oh,
and this scene made
dude,
me laugh. What?
dude. This, well, when they're running to the graveyard, obviously Chucky's there with the Katherine Heigl, but I think it's the boyfriend dragging Chucky's like the Bride of Chucky
Yeah.
corpse,
Yeah,
like
tip,
that's
yeah.
burnt to a crisp, but like the noises she was making was like,
Yeah,
eh.
yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah.
actually like laughed out loud
I
at
did
that.
too. I did too, actually. That was really funny. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like,
Um,
like he's just
that
like,
was really
oh,
funny. And then right this scene too, it's not like it's just the idea that they're like, hey, you need to go exhume this corpse at night during a storm. He wouldn't be like, "Hey, I don't think I'm gonna do this tomorrow." Like, why are we doing this right now? Like, because there's a guy digging up the grave when they
yeah,
arrive at night, and literally there's lightning going the whole time. You know that guy's gonna be like, "All right, I'll just fucking what are we doing? Like, I'll be
yeah.
back tomorrow." But of course not. And then Chucky just walks up, shoots him in the head. So I'm like, that guy's life sucks. The guy that had to dig up that grave, he just gets shot, and you're like, all right, well, that guy.
Pour one out.
Yeah,
Okay.
seriously. Nobody thinks about the guy that had to dig up Chucky's grave at night during a storm and then gets shot in the head.
Just trying to do his job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna go home, drink a six pack, go to bed. And then yeah.
Yeah.
So then they're like, oh my God. So Chucky's got a gun, Tiffany's burnt to a crisp, Katherine Heigl and Jesse are like there, and Jesse got stabbed, so he's not in good shape. The boyfriend got stabbed. And now it's the final confrontation scene, basically. Tiffany turns on Chucky because they fight. They have like a karate battle
Well,
basically.
they get to the body, they're gonna do the seance, and then doesn't the Bride of Chucky stab Chucky in the back?
Yeah,
And that's like the big like, oh shit, like,
yeah, because she's like, I loved you and all this stuff, and you
but you're
didn't
such a
care.
piece of shit and
Yeah,
don't care. Yeah.
So Chucky gets the amulet, but he can't really do anything. Tiffany's turned on him, and
And then
Jesse
and then doesn't Chucky throw
the
the
knife
knife that was in
at Tiffany.
him at not Tiffany, but at the couple, and it stabs the boyfriend, right?
Oh yeah, the boyfriend gets a knife in him for sure.
Yeah, and then he dies,
No, he
and
doesn't.
then he doesn't
The
die?
boyfriend does not die. No,
I thought he died.
no,
No, okay.
no. No, the boyfriend survives. Yeah, no, there's a lot of knives getting thrown around in the graveyard scene, but yeah, Chucky gets a knife in him, Tiffany gets a knife in her, the boyfriend gets a knife in her, and then Katherine Heigl gets the gun. They push Chucky into the grave and then pull the ladder up so he can't get up, and he's like ah, and he's freaking out down there. And then the cops show up,
Oh, right, right. The cop
and
shows up.
the cop is just like, freeze, Jesse and Jade, like you're going down. And they're just like, hold on. And they just take a gun and they point it at Chucky. And I love that. This is like one of my favorite endings of a slash movie, because there's so many cheesy lines they could say. But this one, they point the gun at him. He's just like, I'll be back. I always come back. He's like, but dying is such a bitch. And then there's like,
Yeah, it was like I hate dying.
and he just gets like lit up and he's like, ah, and then like
Riddled,
falls
riddled with bullets, as we like to say.
and he
Riddled with
rolls
bullets.
his riddled
And
bullet
and and,
body.
and it's kind of cool that he's with his body too.
Yeah,
The doll is now with Brad Dourif in the
yeah,
grave.
because that's another scene I laughed at too. When Chucky's Brad or what's his name, Charles E. Ray's corpse it's a skeleton and it's
Yeah, it's
in the
nothing
thing,
good.
and then Chucky gets thrown in, he lands on, he's just like ah, and he's like freaking out when he lands on his skeleton. He's like, look, that must be a surreal moment to land on
That's
your
me.
yeah,
Like,
and your own corpse, look at it and be like, oh my God,
yeah,
and he
it's
like
not
jumps
good.
out. Yeah, so that was great. So yeah, she takes the cop's gun, blows Chucky away, and he actually does die, apparently. And this is just insane.
This scene was so stupid when the cop just calls it in, like, yeah,
Yeah,
those two we've been looking for,
they're good.
they're innocent.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, like we need forensics, we need like other things.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we don't just need you to tell us they're innocent. We
Yeah, it's
need
like,
like
nah. And then
they're off the hook. They're off the hook.
yeah, and then they're like, it's like Jesse and Jade, you guys, you go on home. You go on home. It's like, all right, and then they just walk into a
Would
field.
never happen.
They're like they're 9 hours from home, no transportation, and then also Jesse's stabbed. So they're just kind of like no
No,
medical
they
attention.
would absolutely be brought into the
Yeah,
station for questioning.
100%.
There's no
They're like, listen, there's a dead, but who shot the guy in the fucking grave? Who shot that guy?
who with the RV with all the other dead people. Like, no, you're
Yeah.
good. Go home.
That's so crazy. And also, Jesse, do you want us to call an ambulance? You got a knife in your back. And he's like, no, I just want to walk
No,
home.
hey, go home.
Yeah. He's like, we're in Hackensack, New Jersey. We've got to get to upstate New York with no car. And I'm stabbed. It's
Go
like,
home.
yeah, it's like, all right.
That's how those characters were sent off. And then the cop's still there, right? And
Yeah.
then does he stumble upon Tiffany?
Yeah, so he's looking around. He sees the Chucky body. He sees Tiffany's body like burnt to a crisp, and he goes over to it. He pokes it, and it doesn't do anything. And then all of a sudden, she's like, "Ah!" And then blood just like
Yeah.
hits his face, and it's this like demon Chucky baby that crawls out of her, and then just attacks him, and it's the end of the movie. And I was like, because I'm sure when people saw that in 1998, they're like, "They're not gonna do that for the next one." Yes, they do. Yes, they do. It is the seed of Chucky, and that is Glenn or whatever, Glenn
The
and Glenda.
seed of Chucky.
And they lean into that hard. So everybody comes back, no, well, except for Katherine Heigl and Jesse or whatever, like they're gone. But Tiffany and it becomes a family movie. It becomes like
Okay.
they move into a house, and it's like that. But I love Bride of Chucky. I really do. It's
I enjoyed it.
stupid,
I
but it's
enjoyed
fun.
it. It's an hour and a half of a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We barely talked about this, which I kind of thought was interesting too. Like 1998, I think people are coming around to gay people being in movies and TV shows and it not being like the butt of a joke or
Isn't
something
the
like that.
director or producer gay?
John Mancini's gay, the writer.
He's gay.
He's
Yeah.
gay. So the character of like the friend or whatever, he's a gay character, but they don't like make it's like not a big deal at all. It's just kind of like, yeah, yeah, okay, he's just gay or whatever. But I feel like in the 90s that was kind of like a kind of a big deal. Like we don't
I think he sprinkled it in, but not like
Yeah,
too heavily by
yeah.
saying the character was like a figure skater and
Oh, he's definitely
but
gay.
but he was like he, he knew deep down like this is going to be a thing in Hollywood any day now. So
Yeah.
not to worry about it.
But
So
yeah, I just thought that was interesting. I don't know, just for 1998 to have a character just like out and gay, and it's just like, all right, like who cares? Like he's a character
yeah.
that happens to be gay. Like I don't know, it's kind of ahead of its time. And the way he gets killed is great. Like he just like
Yeah.
he gets on the highway and just gets like and just nailed. You're like, damn. So everybody gets
Yeah,
their
but
due.
it was like an introduction like this might be one of our first introductions to a gay character in 90s horror. Possibly.
I'm
Possibly.
sure there's others,
I'm
but
sure there's others, but like this was a clear like yeah, that guy is gay. Yes. The dad is calling him out on that,
yeah.
but I
Oh
don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah, just an interesting thing to think about because now
Progress.
nobody would.
Progress. No one would bat a fucking eye to this
Yeah,
movie
yeah. But
today.
2 years after Ellen came out on TV, this is coming out, and you're like, I bet people would have been like, wait, what?
Wait, what?
But otherwise, anyways, yeah, no, big Chucky fan. Seed is definitely a step down, but it's still fun. And
We'll do
then
it. We'll do it. I'll
yeah,
do it with you.
and we did Curse, and we'll definitely do Cult of Chucky. That's the only one film we
Which
haven't
I
done.
want to ask you, as a big Chucky fan, have you watched the Chucky series?
I watched the first season and then my girlfriend and I stopped and I just stopped. But I'd like to continue because I actually did. I was genuinely enjoying it. It is
Yeah.
actually very good. And
And
they
Devon Sawa's back in our boy. We
Devin
love Devon
Sawa was in it,
Sawa.
and they also the thing that I love again about this series and Phantasm and stuff like that, no matter what happened in the previous movie, they're still moving forward and they're not
Yeah.
retconning things or forgetting, like they're still moving forward with what they're working with. So I
Shit.
love that. Yeah, Don Mancini, I absolutely respect and love everything he's done with the series. So I hope a new Chucky thing comes out because I don't think Chucky's ever really gonna go away. He's like the Muppets. He's never really gonna go
The
away.
Muppet. I mean, he's a puppet. Yeah,
Yeah. It's like, he
he's
comes
the
and
Muppets.
goes, but
Yeah.
anyways,
I think a new Muppets movie's coming out too, Alex. So
thank God. Thank God.
we need Muppets. We need Muppets and we need Chucky.
If it's yeah, if there's not always a new Muppets movie or TV show coming
That's when you
out.
know it's bad.
Yeah,
Like if there's
yeah,
no
yeah.
Muppet movie coming out in the
Yeah.
next 5 years, you know it's like fuck, we're in a depression.
Yeah, it's like well the last 11 movies haven't made money. It's like why are we doing this? But anyways. All right. So, shall we spin that wheel?
We shall. All right, pulling it up. Can't see it.
I can't see it at all.
Behind the Mask, The Taking of Leslie Vernon.
Ah, okay. This is a movie Matt Banniver's coming on for. He has been obsessed with this movie and raving about it constantly to
I
us.
have no
So
idea what it is.
I've never seen it either. It's apparently it's like a mockumentary about a serial killer. They follow a serial killer around, but it's a comedy horror movie. So
Love
I've
it.
heard it's actually really good. So I'm pretty excited.
Okay.
But anyways, everybody, thank you for listening into our discussion today on Bride of Chucky, and we will see you all next week with Behind the Mask, the taking. What is it? Behind the Mask, something Leslie Vernon.
Leslie Vernon. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Woo!